the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on Jared Goff. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Blues and the Huskies, next on EA Sports.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt. Yeah. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a...
Young Kwaku has it all teed up. And here we go from Melbourne. Ty Johnson now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And bringing them out in his fourth season since arriving as the #1 overall pick back in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. A national champion and 3-year starter at Clemson, and really a starter from day one after the first pick in the draft in Jacksonville. The key for Trevor at this level, though, is to do it season in and season out. That's what the greats before him have done. The Bradys, the Mannings, the #1 picks of the past. If you want to become a great and you want to take your game to another level, you got to do it year in and year out.
Lawrence now off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. He breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the first down marker. Third down, 1 yard to go. Motioning left is their running back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Spears running behind center. Stiff arm success. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5. From the 47. On the move, headed right. He takes it himself. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Now the shotgun give to Spears. He's across the 20, still going. And they finally get to him at the 15. He picks up 15 on the play. And they'll have first down. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Huskies finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Tajay Spears touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Huskies will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Khalif Raymond to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And leading them out in his 9th NFL season, he experienced a real resurgence last year. It's Jared Goff.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great, no interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Goff taking it right to the air. Finds him over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. Offense to the line for second down. Goff to the air now. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll give him a first down. Handoff here to Jacobs. Oh, stiff arm. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 24. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Throwing deep for the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Field goal attempt coming now from Young Hui Koo. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. Distance is good, but not the accuracy. He just missed it left. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Huskies and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And while they've worried about his arm a little bit early, he's been happy to get some yards on the ground, looking like an effective dual threat thus far. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Spears trying this straight ahead. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now Lawrence on the play fake. He's on the move. Steps up and he's running with it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now Spears. And they take him down right along the 30. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it, I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Lawrence working from the gun. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. And they take this in for the score. The Huskies get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. And if you like scoring, well, no doubt this dude's been one of your favorite quarterbacks to watch this season. That is rushing touchdown number 10 on the year, and he's really had a running back's nose for the end zone every time he's taken the field. On his Hopkins for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Huskies drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Israel Abanikanda on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Blues and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Going run again with Jacobs. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. It's a 2-score game early. More coming up after this quick break. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. They stick with Jacobs. Blast through midfield. And he's finally marked down at the 46-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll give him a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Goff on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. From the gun, Goff. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
These scouts in the NFL, man, they scour the country, right? Coast to coast. You know what they're looking for with defensive players? They are looking for game wreckers. And that is exactly what this defender has done. He has wrecked this offense with back-to-back sacks.
Jack Fox getting the call here to punt on 4th down. He has it at the 33. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Huskies headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this game has really been a great audition for him, Brock, to show off how well he can do as a runner. I think we could argue that his work there has actually been his early calling card in this one so far. 1st down throw, Lawrence. Gets this one to Blake Corum. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down. Gosh, this front has just been destructive, hasn't it? My goodness. Same type of pressure. You're going to get it on 3rd down that you just got on 2nd. You better block it up. What a big win on 2nd down. Try to get off the field now. And this offense and offensive line better get ready.
Escapes out to the left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Huskies lining up for a punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Blues back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And they're going to try to break through this defense and put some points up. They're down 14-zip. Running on 1st here with Jacobs. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Josh Sweat making the stop. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
It'll be another punt. Jack Fox out there once again. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Now this offense getting set to work here. They're up 2 touchdowns and could make it a 3-score game here. Shotgun handoff now for Spears. And this one doesn't go far. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. They're going to stay on the ground with Spears. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They run once more with Spears. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Now we'll give to Spears, coming left. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could find.
And he gets to the end zone, touchdown! The Huskies take a 20-zip lead. It's a Tajay Spears touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Here's Raymond on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Blues returning their offense and this running back to the field. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Now Goff. He puts some power on a deep one left. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing is gone. Chased out to his right. He's contained at the line for no gain. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. Goff on third. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. It's a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up fourth down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And it can't hurt you with a return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. The Huskies sending their offense and Tajay Spears out there. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a must for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again, in a massive sack on first down. Well, that's the right way to begin this series defensively.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. He'll throw it. He's got Smith. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. Drops to a knee. Clock's going to run unless that defense burns one of its 2 remaining timeouts. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Punt team on the field. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. That's played at the 43. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So at halftime, the Huskies fighting to an advantage on the road. Now let's get you back stateside. Jonathan Coachman waiting patiently to check in, bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We saw a solid first half out of the man from Tulane, Tajay Spears. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Here's Raymond on the return. And look at this return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. Now outruns their offense to take over. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. He'll cobble together a yard there. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Goff. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Goff setting to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now after the play, we've got somebody injured down there, and it's their quarterback, Jared Goff, who's in some pain and needing attention. The Blues out to get a boot into this one. Jack Fox will kick it away. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Spears running behind center. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door.
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
So out now comes the punter. Bryce Behringer, the one to send it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Punt taken near midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. And it's still largely a rough outline, Brock. Not a finalized picture just yet, but our playoffs are starting to take shape. They'll motion a tight end left. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Now Wentz. He's on the move. He's running for it. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's got Watson. And this one does not go far. And after the play, we turn our attention to the injured man. That's Christian Watson, who's being worked on. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now here's Wentz. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Penalty not helping their cause for this third down. To throw, Wentz. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Blues shrinking the lead some in the third. George Pickens the touchdown. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Blues get it back to a 14-point game. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Buying some time right. Now here he goes. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. Now the shotgun give to Spears. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Lawrence looking to throw. The rush gets home, and they stick it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
That's now a handful of sacks for the defense and a handful of bruises for the quarterback. Consider this, Kate. Truly elite defenses in this league, well, they average just over 3 sacks a game during an entire season. You put up 5 in a contest, you're playing like one of the league's best.
The home teams and George Pickens set for this next possession. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it'll be their football. Jacobs running behind center. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Wentz to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness that's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And it sails out of bounds. That's a good kick. Got all the way down to what looks like the 10-yard line before leaving the field. The offense headed back to the field. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Spears trying this straight ahead. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Lawrence now off the play action. Forced out to his right. Now he takes it, and he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Huskies lining up for a punt. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. Picked up at the 38. And he's brought down before the return gets far. New series coming up following the punt. And they're going to take over possession. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. It's Pickens on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be a 1st down. Handoff here to Jacobs. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Here's Wentz. This throw is caught. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. To throw is Wentz. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Wentz set to pass. Getting out to his left. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Thought that this might be 4-down territory for him here, Brock, but they are lining up for a field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll get him back to 11.
That field goal didn't do a lot on the scoreboard to make it a more attackable deficit, but it does create a sense of urgency here for this defense to get off the field.
Johnson with a return here. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? This finds Smith. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Here's Spears on the carry. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. And this is Spears. And he fights his way forward to get this to the 45. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6. From the shotgun, Lawrence escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And they're going to have a first down. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. First down throw, Lawrence. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now Spears. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Slot man in motion left. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Receiver in motion, going left. Lawrence facing 3rd and long. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Carlson's kick is good. And that extends their lead to 14.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. The touchdown and field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
Here's Raymond on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense getting all set for this series. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Got a man. Bowers has it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
First down throw from Goff. He's got Khalif Raymond. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 31. That finds Jacobs complete. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. That throw finds Pickens. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out. They'll run. Jacobs is into the end zone. Touchdown! The Blues now within one score in the fourth. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Koo with the extra point. And the Blues chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. A timeout now, staff out to attend to an injured player, and that's Javonte Williams shaken up. And we know he's dealt with a big injury before. Hopefully nothing serious this time. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun handoff now for Spears. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. He'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense, because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a one-score game.
He's got this at the 27. And he gets a gain of 9, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Setting up to pass. Complete over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. back to throw. This ball's caught. Oh, he loses the football. And they jump on top of it. Ooh, a clutch recovery to clean up the mistake this late in the game. Give him 11 yards, Brock. Now hang on, they want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground, while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Cut by Jacobs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Gotta hurry this to the line. He'll look to throw it. Taking a big shot for the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Buys time, rolling right. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They've got to keep moving quick here. Desperation time here on fourth. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And to force it on fourth, and it's intercepted. And the Huskies will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Now with just 10 seconds left in our game, we've got a timeout. Back into that favorite formation they go, Brock, forcing those guys to burn a timeout. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. They're going to call their final timeout here, just 9 seconds to go. After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Huskies winners, as we say so long from Melbourne.